What role should schools play in teaching digital citizenship? When exploring this topic, the most important question we need to ask ourselves is, should digital citizenship be taught in our schools? With the focus of schools being teaching curriculum, is this something that we really should be adding into our classrooms? A quick search or poll would give you an overwhelming yes from experts and educators all around the world. According to Mark Ribble, a leading expert in digital citizenship, just as we teach our students the rules of society, it's imperative that you teach the rules of the digital world and how to be safe and responsible with technology.
This leads us to the question of why. As research has demonstrated, there is a very high rate of internet usage among young people outside of school settings. According to a 2014 report written by Valerie Steeves, in Canada, 99% of young people in grades 4 through 11 access the internet outside of school. Therefore, it is critical that schools provide students with the skills and competencies to filter appropriate content on their own. When exploring the document, Digital Citizenship in Saskatchewan Schools, it argues that students are generally proficient at basic use of technology, but are not necessarily critical users and lack the skills to be safe and responsible online. Citizenship requires participation, and digital communities also require participation. Schools have a major role in preparing students to participate in these communities in a meaningful, responsible, and caring way. As students are taught about citizenship in their community, they must also be taught how to be active citizens in the digital world.
Another issue to explore when examining education of digital citizenship is the two lives or one approach. In the two lives approach, they view home and school lives as well as the online and offline presence as two separate entities. While the one life approach views both home and school as well as the online and offline as interrelated and interconnected. The two life approach can be problematic because kids need guidance of adults, especially teachers, to help them understand the ethical or moral implications of their actions online. The digital and physical worlds are not separate. Online and offline worlds still intersect. Often, what's going on at home, whether it be online or offline, filters back into our schools, into our classrooms. With the One Life approach, educators understand these issues and recognize all aspects of the student's life are connected, which also helps to build the bridge between home and school.
What does this look like in our schools? According to a national survey of over 1,200 American teachers' top technology-related concern was that students lack skills to critically evaluate online information. This is an important notion because if we want our students to become informed citizens, they must be able to distinguish between fact, opinion, and fake news. Luckily for teachers, we can teach these skills in almost any subject area. Some examples include math, understanding how statistics can be used to shape opinions or spread lies. Social studies, examining propaganda campaigns and how media can shape the outcome of elections. And also science, exploring how scientific misconceptions can spread online. An example of this could be anti-vaccination campaigns or the more current coronavirus.
With the high percentage of young population utilizing technology, the concept of media balance is incredibly important. It's imperative to teach our students to find a healthy balance when using the technology in their own lives. According to 2018 Participation Report, only 39% of 5 to 17-year-olds are reaching their recommended daily physical activity levels. This emphasizes the importance of balance in their lives. As educators, we have the role to teach our young population to be healthy, and students need to become more aware of their media usage. Students can develop individual plans for media use inside and outside of the classroom. Teachers can empower their students to take control of their own media use and take the time to reflect upon it. As nearly half of teens report feeling addicted to their phones, recent studies have shown that cell phone use is disrupting sleep, which is causing increased anxiety and depression among our youth today. With all the recent research showing an impact on wellness and mental health, it's time for us to show students effective ways to take control of their personal health.
Another thing we can do in our schools is empower upstanders. So what exactly is an upstander? An upstander is someone who recognizes when something is wrong and acts to make it right. From our own personal experiences in the middle years classroom, we can confidently say that we need to empower our students to become upstanders when using technology. As classroom teachers, there have been many times in our career where we've had to address and deal with issues that occurred outside of school, generally on Snapchat or Instagram. It's very helpful to focus on what students can do as opposed to what they shouldn't be doing online. We can encourage our students to pay attention to red flag feelings. When something happens on a digital media that makes them feel uncomfortable, worried, sad, or anxious. Habits of mine like slowing down, exploring different perspectives, envisioning options and possible impacts, and taking action can also prepare students to recognize and respond to cyberbullying when they encounter it online. This leads us back to the first element of Mike Ribble's 9 elements of digital citizenship, digital etiquette. And it leaves us with one final question. How are schools supporting students in their use of the internet and social media to enact social change and do good in their communities and beyond?